Welcome everyone to another AHA live tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about how to understand the customers behind the ideas. I'm excited that I get to talk to you about one of my favorite topics, customer feedback. I'm on the product team at AHA, and like most of you, I am passionate about my customers and solving their problems. So how do we go about understanding what our customers need? One of the key methods at AHA is to gather ideas from you through our ideas portal. We get a lot of great ideas from you, and we make it a top priority to review that feedback every week and include your ideas in our plans. But we actually get so many great ideas that it's not possible to do them all right now. You can probably relate to that. Product teams have to make tough decisions about which ideas to prioritize. You have a lot of variables to consider. It's not just about which idea has the most votes. For example, it's really important to understand the customers behind the ideas and know who needs what. To do that, first you can take a look at who your customers are. Look at the individual people who have sent you feedback and the accounts that they belong to. We call these contacts and organizations in AHA. Get more context by taking a holistic view of all the feedback from a specific customer and see what you have already delivered for them. You can also view more information about them, like their industry or location. I especially love doing this when I prepare for a call with a customer. Next, understand which groups your customers belong to. For example, take a look at all the customers in a specific market, country, or persona. We do this by creating segments in AHA, and they allow you to quickly review all the feedback from similar customers together in one view. This has been great to use when I start a round of strategic planning. If I'm focused on a certain customer segment, I can quickly see what their top requests are. And last, you can dive in further through reports to analyze feedback combined with your customer data. And all these insights together help you understand what you need to prioritize. Erin's going to walk you through how all of this works within AHA.
Thanks, Kelly. I am really excited to be here today to talk about a topic that I'm really passionate about, understanding customer feedback. One of my favorite things about my job has always been the opportunity I get to speak directly with customers. And in my role here at AHA, I have an opportunity to speak with customers every day, customers who are using our products, and often get to hear the feedback that they have about our product. The icing on the cake for me is when we get to deliver on that feedback and I get to share the good news about new functionality that we've introduced, hopefully helping to make the day-to-day a little bit easier for the customer, as well as enabling them to provide better products, services, and solutions for their customers. In order to build lovable products, it's important to understand customer needs and how well you're delivering on those needs. In prior tutorials, we've talked about how the Ideas portal is really the bedrock for idea management that enables that continuous cycle of innovation. Idea portals give that central place to crowdsource feedback, enable you to have the capabilities to review those incoming ideas and analyze all of the requests so that you can determine what to prioritize for delivery. Today, I'm going to assume that you already have an Ideas portal set up and you're using it to capture feedback from your customers and other key stakeholders. Now that you're capturing all of this great feedback, I'm going to show you how to take that just a little bit further to better understand the customers behind the ideas. And that includes understanding more insights into those three key questions that Kelly highlighted: who is leaving the feedback, which groups they belong to, and what we need to prioritize next to deliver on that feedback. Most of the capabilities that I'm going to show you today are in our Ideas Advanced plan. As a recap, we have 3 products: AHA Roadmaps, AHA Ideas, and AHA Develop. AHA Roadmaps comes with all the functionality included in our Ideas Essentials plan. So that includes the ability to have an unlimited number of ideas portals, invite an unlimited number of stakeholders to leave their feedback in the portal, and then a dedicated area in AHA to manage those ideas. You have the option to add Ideas Advanced to any AHA Roadmaps plan. Ideas Advanced includes more advanced capabilities for capturing feedback and helping you more deeply understand that feedback and analyzing the feedback to help you drive prioritization decisions. I'm actually going to show you how this functionality works in a Roadmaps demo account so you can see the context of how it fits into your overall strategic planning process. So let's start with better understanding who is leaving the feedback. As you can see, I already have an ideas portal set up, and through that portal, I've built an active community of stakeholders who are coming to the portal to share their feedback and vote on feedback. Within AHA, I can manage these ideas in the idea overview page. I can prioritize those ideas, and if I'm a Roadmaps customer, I can actually take these ideas and promote them to my roadmap for delivery. Within ideas, I also have access to a dedicated section on people to help better understand the individuals, the organizations, and the key groups of customers who are leaving feedback. To better understand who is leaving the feedback, we're going to start by viewing and organizing feedback submitted in the idea portal by individuals, which we call contacts in AHA. Contacts represent the individuals that are leaving ideas and feedback. So these could be your customers' employees, employees of your partners who might be leaving feedback, maybe even your own employees. Most contacts are added when people log into an ideas portal for the first time or when a proxy vote is submitted on a customer's behalf. Contacts can also be added individually or in bulk through a CSV import. The contacts page, which we're looking at here, makes it easy to search for and find contacts. So I can come in and quickly search for a contact that I might be interested in learning more about, and click on that contact's name, which will then open up the contact record. The contact record can be used to capture a really high-level overview of all of the feedback that's been submitted by that contact. So the ideas that they have submitted, the votes that they've left, as well as proxy votes that we've left on behalf of that contact. I can also track more details about the individual through custom fields on the contact record. Since I'm using this contact within the AHA Roadmaps account, I can actually connect the contact back to my persona. So I've added a persona custom field here so that I can actually tie this contact back to the user personas that I'm tracking for my particular product. In addition to the summary information, I can also see detailed list of ideas that this contact has left. So popular ideas that they've voted on, recently voted on ideas, as well as recently shipped ideas. This information is super helpful, especially as I plan for meetings, maybe an upcoming conversation with this customer. Now I have a nice single view into all of the feedback that they've left, more context about the contact, and I can very easily use that information to help me prepare for meetings so I can know what feedback is most important for the customer to help drive that conversation. By tying this contact back to my AHA Roadmaps persona, I also can give some real-life context into what types of feedback these personas are actually interested in. This can be really powerful for me to share with other teams like engineering or marketing who might be helping on us deliver or message around the feedback that we're actually promoting and delivering within the product. So now that we've taken a look at how to dig into the details of individuals who are leaving feedback, let's take a look at how we can do this for organizations. An organization represents the company or the account that an individual contact belongs to. Depending on your AHA Roadmaps plan, you may already have access to organizations and be able to capture very initial information about them, like the organization name, or leave a proxy vote on behalf of an organization. An organization could be anything from a customer to a partner, and maybe even represent the internal departments that you work with that are leaving feedback on behalf of your customers or leaving feedback for their own use of your products. Organizations can be created manually through a CSV import or through adding a proxy vote on behalf of a customer. And with Ideas Advanced, organizations can now be created automatically and include a holistic view of feedback from each customer. So let's walk through how that would work. I can quickly add a new organization directly from the organization page that we're on here now. And one of the organizations that I'm interested in is a customer of Fredwin Cycling that I want to do some additional research on and analysis in terms of what ideas and feedback that organization has been leaving on my ideas portal. So I can quickly name the organization, create the organization record, and now I have a nice record page that's specific to that organization. In order to quickly pull in feedback that's associated with the organization, I can do that by entering in an email domain or multiple email domains for the organization. So I'll do that now. And once I do that, it's actually going to go automatically find all the Idea Portal users, so all of those contacts with those email domains that are associated with this organization, and pull all of the ideas and votes and proxy votes for those contacts into a single organization view. So now that I have the organization view, I can see what ideas have been left, what votes have been left across that organization. And as I start leaving proxy votes on behalf of this organization, I would see those details as well. And then I can also capture more information, CRM-like information for this organization through custom fields. So in my organization, I have added some custom fields to track the plan that this customer is associated with, what country they're located in, as well as the type of customer and some details about their account value. But you can completely customize the custom fields that you want to track on your organizations based on information that's business critical and important for you to track about your customers. In addition to those custom fields, I can also see, similar to the contact, a list of all of the ideas. So the popular ideas, recently voted on ideas, as well as ideas that have been recently shipped for this particular customer. And with AHA roadmaps, these organizations actually become a record that I can add to other records like initiatives or features to better track what customers you're delivering certain work for. Working on the customer success team, I find this view really helpful as I'm preparing for calls with customers. By looking at the organization record, I can clearly see important information about the customer. I can quickly surface which ideas are most important to them and which ones they've weighed in on most recently. And then again, my favorite part, I can also see which ideas we've recently shipped, and I can share that great news with the customer as a part of that conversation. And I know that the ideas that I'm sharing with them that we've recently delivered are important to them and aligned with their needs because I can see that they've either entered that idea or voted on that idea. This view is also great for collaborating internally with cross-functional teams. This can be helpful for account reviews. Kelly and I use this when we're collaborating across customer success and product, and it's a very easy way to quickly prepare for internal discussions to make sure that we're discussing requests that are most important for our customers. So now that we've dug into that first area and gathered some more information around how to learn more about who is leaving the feedback, I want to understand which key groups these individuals or organizations belong to. So for example, I might want to know what are all of the top requests for my international customers, or how many votes an idea has received from customers on our premium plan. I might have a very important strategic initiative that I'm working on that I'm not sure which customers that would resonate the most with. And that type of information as far as grouping customers would be really important in order to help me determine how to go about addressing that strategic initiative. These types of details are not always easy to gather, as you need a way to identify similar customers so that you can surface those important key themes. The good news is with segments, you can do just this. Segments allow you to group similar organizations together, allowing you to analyze feedback and trends across each group. So how does this work? We're looking at the segments page here, and I can actually quickly add a new segment directly from this page. If I'm interested in learning about a new segment, let's say about our Canadian retail customers who are on our premium plan, I can actually start on that by leveraging those custom fields that I have created and that I'm tracking on the organization record. So if you'll remember back to my organization record, I'm tracking information about account type, account value, the country, and their plan. And so with segments, I can actually use filters for those organization custom fields and set those filters to focus in on the exact group of customers that I want to view. So I'm going to click on the account type field, the country field, and the plan field. And then I'm going to go in and set those filters based on the segment of customers that I'm interested in analyzing. So in this case, I want to look at our retail customers that are in Canada that are on our premium plan. So I set those filters, create segments, and then what that's going to do is automatically bring in any organizations that fit that filter criteria so that I can quickly see a high-level overview of ideas and feedback across that group of customers. And each segment can include up to 1,000 organizations, helping you to gather really nice insights across large groups of customers. So here I have a high-level overview of ideas and trends of ideas that have been submitted. And then similar to the contacts in the organizations, I also get a list of ideas. So I'm going to quickly name my segment. And then once that's saved, I'm going to go in and actually look through the list of ideas so I can see the popular ideas for this segment, the recently voted on ideas, and the recently shipped ideas. So a really nice way to easily and quickly understand what a specific group of customers is asking me for to help me make even more informed prioritization decisions. So let's recap. Now we have an easier way to identify who is leaving feedback, a way through segments to understand which groups they belong to. Now I want to start using those details to help us determine what we need to do. What do we need to prioritize next to make sure that we're delivering on what matters most? I can do that by analyzing the feedback across the contacts, organizations, and segments in a couple of different ways. The first way is through utilizing the Analyze button that you see here. This button is available on the contact, organization, and segment record, and it's a very easy way to quickly auto-generate a pivot report of key trends. So I clicked on the Analyze button next to the popular ideas, and that pulls a pivot report of all the popular ideas for this particular segment. At this point, I might want to add some more segments to this view so I can quickly update this pivot report to pull in some additional segments so I can look at the ideas across segments. And maybe I want to dig in a bit deeper. Right now I'm looking at a count of organizations across the segments that have weighed in on these ideas, but I want to gather some more context about who those customers are. So this pivot report is really a starting point for me. I can come in and actually edit this pivot report. In my case, I want to see the customer name, so I'm going to pull in organization name. And instead of counting, I'm actually going to list the organizations. And so now I very quickly have an updated view of this pivot that actually shows me the customer details of which organizations in that segment have actually voted on or submitted these particular ideas. I can use that to help schedule follow-up conversations, to gather more feedback, to help me drive forward the best prioritization decisions. For example, you may also want to share and report this type of information to internal teams like sales, support. They might want to know for certain segments or certain organizations, what ideas have we delivered on lately or what ideas are in progress. So that's another example of a quick way you could update this pivot report and save it and also share it out to those key stakeholder groups through using those presentations in AHA Roadmap. I might also want to look at feedback related to the individual contacts themselves. So maybe I want to go back to that persona custom field that I was tracking on my contacts and see some details about what ideas. In this case, maybe I want to take it up a little level and see what categories of the ideas is each persona group most interested in. So I can quickly create a new pivot report from here. Anytime I want to report on this type of information, I'm always going to start with ideas. And then I can quickly add organizations, contacts, segments off the idea. So I'm going to add the contact in this instance. And what I want to do in this case is I want to actually count the ideas, but I want to look at it by category and then by the persona that is related to that contact. So instead of listing the records, I'm going to change this to a quick count and then click next, create my report. And so what I'll have here is a very nice pivot report. I actually included idea status category instead of status category to show ideas category because I want to see the area of the product that they're most interested in. So 2 use cases there. You can look at it by the status. You can also look at it by the actual category of the ideas. So here I have a nice list that shows me which idea categories are most important to each persona group. There are a lot of applications for this. I recently met with a customer who had some important prioritizations, decisions they needed to make about a next generation platform that they were launching. To help with this, they wanted to really make sure that they were pulling in feedback and considering that feedback in their decisions and doing that for customers that met certain criteria, belonged to certain groups of customers. So to do that, they actually created a scorecard on their organization, and that scorecard included things like customer revenue, account size, and industry. And so they actually scored their customers based on that information and then created segments based off of different ranges in that score, and then use those segments to help them create a prioritized list of ideas and feedback based on the segment that had provided those feedback. When I was leading product teams, I was always looking to have this type of perspective into my customers' needs. To get it, I usually had to track it manually, somewhere in a spreadsheet, do some aggregation there. So this type of capability to better understand who is leaving the feedback, which groups they belong to, what needs to be done next would have been a complete time saver for me, helping me to better distill meaningful decisions and align priorities to what matters most. So I really hope this inspires you to think of ways that you can do this to better understand who's behind the ideas you receive and deliver on those ideas as well. So Kelly, I'll turn it back to you to wrap us up.
Thanks, Erin. Great job walking through AHA and showing how we can better understand the customers behind the ideas, including who your customers are with contacts and organizations, which groups they belong to with segments, and understanding what you need to prioritize next through analysis and reports. Please reach out to support@aha.io if you have any questions or would like to turn these capabilities on in your account. Thanks, everyone.